Hi, good evening, everyone. We're coming to you live from the print newsroom. And the question that we'll try and answer today is, does the NRC issue have any relevance in Delhi? Or has Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal offered the issue to BJP ahead of elections with his remarks about Manoj Tiwari? Of course, this comes at the backdrop of his comment, in response to a press reporter after a press conference yesterday, where he said that if NRC had to be implemented in Delhi, BJP leader Manoj Tiwari would be the first one who would have to leave. Clearly, the comment didn't go very well with the BJP and the leader himself. There were several videos that were released later. Of course, Tiwari went on record to say that perhaps this was a way that the Aam Aadmi Party was trying to say that the Purvanchali voters could not stay in Delhi. A massive protest was also staged outside the CM's house earlier today, wherein police had to resort to water cannons. Several BJP leaders have even been detained today in the same aspect. With me today is my colleague Neelam Pandey, who of course tracks BJP for the print. Neelam and I will try and take you through the developments in the last 24 hours, and also in the process you can send us questions and we'll try and answer as many of them. Neelam, of course this is interesting that this comes at a time 6 months prior to the assembly polls. Clearly there is more to what shows in the eye. If you could try and tell us some more on that front as well.
Well, definitely. Earlier we were expecting that election could be announced even this year. Hasn't happened so far, but within a few months, definitely Delhi elections will happen. And why this issue has been taken up by the state unit of the Bharatiya Janata Party is the fact that Purvanchali voters, people from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar who have been residing in Delhi for the past many years, they constitute a huge vote bank. And in the past, they have been quite loyal to the Bharatiya Janata Party and they have always voted for them. However, this shifted during the 2015 assembly elections, where a sizable chunk of this population voted for the candidates of the Aam Aadmi Party. This is something that, of course, BJP is quite aware of. And Manoj Tiwari, who himself is a Purvanchali, during the MCD elections, he had tried to bring back that vote within the party's fold. And he's quite conscious of the fact that if we have to win Delhi Assembly elections, this population, this vote bank will be crucial in their victory, and which is why this protest, the police complaint, all this is part of that major plan. They are definitely going to have more agitations. They are pressurizing and pressing the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to apologize for his remarks. So while this definitely the remark by Arvind Kejriwal has come at a time when assembly elections are due, the BJP is definitely going to use it for its political mileage.
Absolutely. And in fact, as you rightly pointed out, that this has perhaps come up earlier during the MCD elections as well. This is not the first time that a political figure has come forward and made a statement like this. Clearly, there is a history in that sense as well.
Yes, in the past, whether it was the Congress's time, Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, often she was asked that, there were many rapes that were taking place, sexual harassment cases, and she had made once or twice, she had said that it was the migrant population that was to be blamed. Something which was picked up not only by the media, but the opposition Bharatiya Janata Party, and they had said that this shows the mindset of the Congress as far as treating people from the Purvanchali community. They are concerned, and at the same time, they had also said this shows what they think of the migrant population. Again, at that time also, Sheila Dikshit had to come out, apologize, and said that this is not what she meant.
And this is interesting and maybe somewhat ironical, correct me if I'm wrong, because Manoj Tiwari's request or, these so-called statements about how NRC should be carried out in Delhi as well comes also at the backdrop of a recent incident where an ANI journalist was attacked and admitted in the hospital, and where he clearly mentioned that perhaps such kind of a crime was taking place in Delhi due to infiltrators. So given that he's making a similar statement in 2009?
Correct. He made a similar statement, but rather than the Aam Aadmi Party picking that up, questioning the statement by Manoj Tiwari, it is the Aam Aadmi Party who has actually fallen into the trap that has been laid by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now it is definitely going to become a major issue because, as I said, there was a survey done in 2017 by CSDS, and they pointed out that out of the 70 assembly constituencies in Delhi, at least in 15 of them, the sizable population of Purvanchali voters are there, and hence they can definitely impact elections in a big way.
Right, that's interesting. I'm going to try and take some questions now. We have a question from Rajesh who says, "Why do you think this has become a political issue? Any other are other members also taking jibes at each other on this issue across parties?" I think we've elaborated enough on how we think this has become a political issue.
But Aneesha, I guess one of the questions that we should definitely address, and we've just got Himanshu asking us that what can be the requirement of NRC in Delhi? What is it that the Aam Aadmi Party feels, and what is it that the BJP is thinking? I will elaborate on that, but what about the
Aam Aadmi Party? I will come to that. I just wanted to answer the second part of Rajesh's question, which is that are other members also taking jibes? Well, that's right. As Neelam also pointed out, I think it began as sort of a cross-contrary debate between Mr. Tiwari and Mr. Kejriwal yesterday. But as I said, BJP leaders clearly didn't take this well. It's interesting that a lot of former AAP leaders who have now joined, other parties, be it Kapil Mishra, who also released a video online where he's sitting, in the front of a car seat and clearly states that it's embarrassing to see his former AAP chief make a statement like this, and does he not even know the basics of what the NRC entails? Similarly, Alka Lamba, who is also a former AAP member and has now recently joined the Congress, also went out and tweeted about it. In fact, I'd like to, if you give me a moment, please, I'd like to read out her tweet where she says, Chief Minister Kejriwal's NRC comment is, this was Kapil Mishra, I'm sorry, where he says that the NRC comment is pointless and perhaps he's not even aware of what it entails. Alka Lamba, on the other hand, said that if Manoj Tiwari should leave the national capital according to Arvind Kejriwal, then he should also do the same. If that happens, only people like you and me will be left in Delhi, who were born here, grew up here and struggled in the city, not like the ones who came from outside for power struggle. So it's quite
But the entire issue of NRC is also something significant. Well, it started with Assam. After that, the Bharatiya Janata Party leaders in West Bengal and other parts of the country have also been demanding this. Manoj Tiwari is also one of the BJP leaders who has talked about it, who has said that there is a need for NRC in Delhi. One of the reasons he said is that there is a large part of migrant population that has been coming from Bangladesh. They have been working here. They're using the resources of the capital. They are putting a lot of stress on the current infrastructure of Delhi, and which is why people who are from Delhi are not getting any of those benefits. So his remark is definitely in line with the party's politics as well as ideology, where they are saying that people who belong to India, who are citizens of India, should remain in India.
Right. That's absolutely right. However, I do feel that perhaps, like we pointed out, that it has become more of a political slugfest of sorts rather than having any proper context to it. As Neelam rightly pointed out, that even in Assam, even though there it has become a political issue, but perhaps less than 6%, as we've been seeing, were included in the NRC. So whether Delhi would actually have that kind of number or not remains to be seen, but I guess the answer is quite obvious.
The question is also that as far as Delhi politics is concerned, the Bharatiya Janata Party has not been able to come to power. So that is also one of the major issues that they want, that there should be some concrete issues that they can take up to the voter. Of course, you cover the Aam Aadmi Party. You will be able to tell us more about the election stops that have already been announced by the Aam Aadmi Party. So what better way to counter them than to have issues like Purvanchali voters, migrant population, the NRC. These definitely touch people, and they definitely leave an impact on their minds.
That's right, Neelam. I think the Aam Aadmi Party has been, of course, especially after their defeat in the Lok Sabha elections, they have been on an overdrive, if I may say so, and making a huge number of announcements, right from the free rides for women in buses and metros to a waiver on electricity, water is a right. In fact, yesterday when Arvind Kejriwal actually made this statement, it was after, introducing a yojana which was where the tenants in Delhi would also not have to pay or would be waived off electricity for free till 200 units and won't have to get an NOC in Delhi. So clearly that kind of, they are trying to build a strong connection and make sure that the voter stays with them in Delhi. Congress, of course, are there there has been this vacuum after the passing away of Ms. Sheila Dikshit, even though there are 3 working presidents. So clearly there's not much happening on that front. So BJP, of course, has been playing the politics just like an opposition party would, whether it's coming out with a police complaint, whether it's coming out with a CD and saying that, Aam Aadmi Party is involved in a scam related to education or other sectors. So I think, I do agree with you that perhaps this is also another way to get public attention on some of these things.
And one of the questions that we've got from Mrs. Basu is, isn't it just a ploy to keep the NRC drama going? Well, exactly that we have been talking about, that NRC is a major national issue for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and soon after it was announced in Assam and implemented in Assam, other senior BJP leaders and chief ministers of other states have been pressing for it. One of the crucial states where they want to implement this is West Bengal, where they are not in power. However, they have done tremendously well in the recently concluded Lok Sabha elections. Manoj Tiwari is also aware that the public sentiment is in the favor of NRC, and which is why he has been pushing for NRC in Delhi, something which he feels will connect with the people, and also the entire issue of migrant population floating to the capital, using their resources, and it is impacting the people who are actually from Delhi.
Delhi as well. We have one more question, Neelam, if you could shed some light on that. Delhi also has Pakistani Hindu migrants. Will it be applicable on them? Will they be given citizenship?
Well, that is a separate issue altogether. The Bharatiya Janata Party in its manifesto had maintained that they would bring a citizenship amendment bill which was in respect of West Bengal, and they had said those people will be given a status of a citizen. As far as Delhi is concerned, Bharatiya Janata Party definitely will say that they will try their best that Hindus who are from Pakistan or from Bangladesh, they will be rehabilitated in the country, and they will be given the status of a citizen.
Right. And I think some of the things that we've been saying also corroborate, because even when it comes to the Aam Aadmi Party, they have also been holding several press conferences, one of which by some of their leaders actually highlighted on the kind of efforts they'll be making for the Purvanchali vote base, whether it's introduction of certain languages, optional languages in their schools or other things. So clearly, I think every leader, or those at least the political figures, very distinctly understand how important, the Purvanchali vote base, particularly in Delhi, is.
Another thing that we should clarify is, and something which even Manoj Tiwari, who is the state unit chief of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Delhi, he has talked about the fact that when he says migrant population, that is different than the NRC activity, because when they are talking about NRC, they are talking about citizen of India. When you're talking about the migrant population, Absolutely. They might not be from Delhi, but they will definitely be from some other state, and which is why they are saying even if NRC is implemented in Delhi, it is not the migrants who will have to shift out of Delhi, it is people who are not from India, which the Bharatiya Janata Party claims to be Bangladesh.
Absolutely, and I think which is why they haven't taken the Chief Minister's comment very well, given that, of course, Manoj Tiwari is very much from India, and he said that, perhaps, which is why the Chief Minister quite doesn't understand what the NRC entails. Clearly, I don't see this controversy brewing anytime soon. As
we can definitely expect more agitation from the state unit of the Bharatiya Janata Party. As far as Delhi elections are concerned, the Delhi unit has not been able to come to power for the past many years. At one point, the Aam Aadmi Party had got 67 seats. BJP was left with only 3. The Congress, on the other hand, had none. So which is something that they would definitely want to change. And while the Aam Aadmi Party has an advantage, not only in terms of that they are the incumbent and they have a chief minister, Janata Party in Delhi doesn't have that. So with so many other issues to take care of, they definitely feel issues like Purvanchali voters or NRC or migrant population, they go well with the Delhi population, and they feel if they continue to raise these issues, it will impact them positively as far as the Delhi Assembly elections are concerned. While we talk about the Lok Sabha election, they had won all the 7 seats, and which is why they are confident that they can come to power this time.
True. We will keep bringing you more and more updates on this case. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the same. Thanks for watching.